Hello friends, Kiran Bhaveskar is here, and today in this video we will study about the kingdom fungi. So the kingdom fungi, it is one of the eukaryotic kingdom, and in kingdom fungi the organisms these are characterized by presence of the cell wall. Cell wall contains the specific type of the chemical substance, that is a chitin, in their cell wall. This type of the organisms, they don't have the chloroplast, they lack the chloroplast, and because of that they are not able to prepare their own food. Hence they depend upon the other organisms. They get their food from the dead and decaying organic matter. They decompose the dead and decaying organic matter and they get their food, and such type of the organisms, these are known as the saprophytes. So the saprotrophic mode of nutrition, it is present into the kingdom fungi. These are the saprophytes. Saprophytes means those organisms who are depending upon the dead and decaying organic matter for the source of food. Such organisms are known as a saprophytes. So the fungi, these are the saprophytes. In case of that fungi, the different types of the organisms like a mushroom, toadstool, which are the edible fungi, these are included. Along with that, the mucor or the yeast. Yeast, it is one of the unicellular fungi. In that kingdom fungi, all the organisms are multicellular. They are having the tissue level. But yeast, it is exceptional. Yeast, it is one of the example of the unicellular fungi. Bread mold. Bread mold, it is one of the well-known fungi that grows on the surface of that bread. So this is the structure of that bread mold. You can see the filamentous structure of that bread mold, or the individual filaments of the bread mold. These are known as the hypa. When it is a single filament, this is a single filament, so we can call it as a hypa. And if it is more number of the filaments are there, then such number of filaments, these are known as a hypae. And such a network of that hypae, that total network of hypae, that forms the mycelium. Mycelium, that is the body of that fungi. Hypae means it is the filamentous structure of the fungi, and the mycelium means the entire network of that hypae, it forms the mycelium. From that each of the hypae, one of the erect longer hypae that projects out, and at the top or at the end of that erect hypae, a rounded structure is present, rounded body is present. So that erect hypae that bears the rounded body, that is known as the sporangiophores. Sporangiophores, these are the sporangiospores. Sporangiophores are the erect hypae which bears the rounded structures at the top, at the end. And the rounded structures which are present at the top of that sporangiophores, such rounded structures are known as a sporangium. Sporangium means it is a sac, and that sac, it encloses the number of the rounded shaped spores. The spores, these are enclosed by that sac-like structure that is present at the end of sporangiophore. That sac-like structure, it is known as a sporangium, and inside of the sporangium the spores are present. When the sporangium it will mature and then it will get burst. Then after bursting of that sporangium, the number of the spores, these are released into the atmosphere, these are released into the air. These are light in weight and they are easily carried out by the air. And whenever they fall on the substratum in a favorable, suitable condition, again then each of the spore that develops into the new fungi, that develops into the new bread mold. So in this way, the process of that reproduction, it is carried out in case of that fungi. So the spores, these are the reproductive structures or the reproductive parts of that bread mold. The bread mold, these are aerobic in nature. The bread mold, these are aerobic in nature, means they require the oxygen for their growth. And because of that only, you can see the bread mold that grows on only the top layer, on the upper layer of the bread, and that does not grow on the lower layer of that bread, because it requires the oxygen. And if the oxygen that is present in the atmosphere, hence it is exposed, the growth of that bread mold that is exposed to the atmosphere, and that does not develop on the lower layer but only on the top layer. These are the aerobic in nature. Now how the process of that digestion, it is carried out in case of that fungi, how they are getting the food. So suppose this is the bread mold, and in the bread mold that grows on the surface of that bread. Suppose this is a piece of that bread. Then when it grows on the surface of that bread mold, then the bread mold it secretes the digestive enzymes, the digestive juice inside that bread mold, external to their body surface. This is the bread mold, and they are secreting the digestive juice, digestive enzymes inside the bread mold. When these enzymes are secreted by that bread mold inside that bread, then these enzymes they break down the complex sugar, that is the starch, into one of the simple form, that is the glucose. The enzymes secreted by that bread mold, these enzymes they break down the starch into the glucose outside to their body, inside that piece of the bread only. And when there is a formation of a simple sugar, when there is a formation of that glucose, then these glucose it is absorbed by that IP. Then these IP they are absorbing the glucose. Therefore, the breakdown of that food, the process in which the complex food starch it is converted into the glucose, that takes place outside the body of that fungi. It takes place outside the body of that bread mold. Hence, that is a extracellular digestion. The digestion that takes place outside the cell. In case of that bread mold, the digestion it is outside the body and it is known as a extracellular digestion. And after forming the simple form of food, then the simple food is absorbed by the body of that fungi. Then the glucose it is absorbed by that number of the Hyphae, and the utilization of the food for getting the energy or various cellular activity it is carried out. So this is one of the important characteristics property of that fungi. That fungi they are digesting the food outside the body, and that is known as the extracellular digestion. The fungi these are saprotrophics. These are known as the saprophytes. Means they depend upon the dead and decaying organic matter to get the food. Now we will study about some importance of that fungi. What are the uses, or we will also study some harmful fungi. So, as we know that the fungi are the saprophytes, they depend upon the complex organic food and they break down the food outside to their body and convert it into the simple form. Most of the fungi these are also used as a source of the food. These are known as edible fungi. For example, a mushroom, that is a well known. These are the rich sources of the proteins. Toadstool, that is also one of the edible fungi. Agaricus, Marcella, these are also some examples of that edible fungi. So some fungi these are the source of the foods. These are rich in nutrients. These are supposed to be a good source of that the proteins. Then yeast, it is one of the very important fungi. It is a unicellular fungi and it has a very wide use in that bakeries. The different products of the bakeries these are prepared with the help of that yeast, as well as in a beverage industry some drinks these are also produced with the help of that yeast. Alcohol, it is one of the beverage that is produced with the help of that yeast. Then the production of vitamin D, it can be also carried out with the help of that yeast. Fungi, these are the good decomposers. As we have studied that the fungi they decompose the complex organic substances, and after decomposing that complex organic substance, they convert it into the simple form of the substance. They break down the complex substances and convert it into the simple usable form of the substance, and in this way they break down the waste material that is present, and due to the breakdown of the waste material they are converted into that simple substance. They increases the fertility of the soil. They increases fertility of the soil. Then some fungi these are useful for the production of the antibiotics. In the previous lecture also we studied that antibiotics. Anti means against, biotic means the life. These are the chemical substances which are used to kill the different disease causing microorganisms. So the penicillin, it is one of the broad spectrum antibiotic, and that antibiotic it is produced from the species of fungi, that is the Penicillium notatum. So the production of antibiotics, it can be carried out from the fungi, like penicillin, it is an antibiotic, and that antibiotic it is produced from the fungi Penicillium notatum. Then some fungi like a mucor, these are also used in the process of that ripening of the cheese. So these are the some important uses of that fungi. That these are the good sources of the food. These are also used in the bakeries or in a beverage industry for the production of the beverages or for the production of different bakery products. Then these are also used for the production of that vitamin B. They are good decomposers. They decompose the waste material or complex organic substance into the simple substance, and then they increases the fertility of the soil. They returns the different forms of nutrients to that of the soil after breakdown of that waste material. Then these are useful for the production of antibiotics. For example, penicillin, it is one of the broad spectrum antibiotic, and that is prepared from that of the species Penicillium notatum. Ripening of the cheese, it can be also carried out with the help of fungi like a mucor. Now we will study about the some harmful fungi. So the some fungi, these are responsible for the process of that spoilage of the food. The deterioration or the breakdown of food, it can be carried out due to the growth of that fungi on the surface of that foods. Some fungi, these are responsible for to produce the diseases into the plants, and because of that the degeneration of that plant it takes place, and there is the loss of the crop value of that plant. The yield of the plant that will get lost or reduced. And most of the fungi, these are also responsible for producing the variety of the human diseases, the lung infection, skin infection or eye infection. You might be known about that mucormycosis. It is one of the infection of that eye that is produced due to that of the species of fungi. So the different type of the lung, skin or eye infections, these are caused by the variety of the species of that fungi. Athlete's foot and ringworm, these are the one of the common type of the infections of the fungi. And so these are the some harmful fungi that they produce the diseases to the plants or diseases to the human beings, animals, and they are also responsible for spoilage and deterioration of that food. Friends, in this video we studied about that kingdom fungi. It is one of the eukaryotic kingdom. But organisms which are included into that kingdom, these are the multicellular except that of the yeast. Yeast, it is one of the unicellular fungi. Hence, in that kingdom fungi, chloroplast it is absent, and because of that they are not able to prepare their own food, and they depend upon the dead and decaying organic matter for getting the food. That mode of nutrition, it is known as the saprotrophic mode of nutrition, and such organisms are known as the saprophytes. Okay friends, thank you. In the next video we will study about the kingdom Plantae.